Daddy, tell the story again.
Mommy and I wanted to have more babies.
And then we saw this one doctor who took these embryos and they put that inside me.
What about Alex?
Yes. What about me? When I was very young, sometimes I lay in bed at night asking the same old question. Who are you people? Because every moment, they seem to be asking the same question of me. Hey, Mom.
You don't even know what this letter means.
It is from 6 months before I was born.
We're so happy to have you on with us today because this movie is special.
Thank you. I agree.
And there's a lot of conversations I think that will start because of people watching. And I think conversations that need to be had, but it's got to be such a cool thing to be able to find something that's a good balance of really great entertainment, but also gives us quite a bit to think about.
It's a great point. I think that there's a lot of things that it does well, but what the movie does really well is be entertaining while also making you think. And there is a real social commentary there. Just to give our viewers an idea of the film, my daughter, played by Emma Horvath, she runs away to go find her biological father, played by Devon Sawa, who gives an incredible performance in this. She uncovers a really deep, dark secret. I think the movie really follows a teenager's first experience on looking at your parents like real people with their flaws and all of their messiness. But also it seems as though there has been this theme in the work that I've been doing recently about secrets. Mm-hmm. And I think this secret, and I don't want to give too much away, changes the course of all of their lives once it's exposed.
Yeah, and how great is Emma? Like it's so cool to see. I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of her. Really.
Oh, Emma is just about to break out, and she is so kind and sweet and all of those things you would hope, but also so good. Such a good actor.
Yeah. And then Devin told me that he got to tell you that he had a crush on you. So that's always here, right?
He is very kind. That's very sweet. Yeah, I think at one point he was like, "Oh, if my 15-year-old self could see me now." But yeah, so he, I think, gives an important performance. I think it's,
yes.
I think, and I executive produced this, so I saw the movie in all of its stages through editing, and between Devin and Emma's performances, I have to tell you, like, it was, and this is not normally the case, it was difficult to pick a take that we liked the most, because they were so good and did interesting things in every take. So I can't say enough about them and their performances. And I think it's a really special film.
It really is, yeah. And you've done so many cool things and so many things that people have looked up to for years now, and they've thought, that's what I want to do, but it's certainly not easy. What advice do you give someone that's looking to follow your path?
Always have a plan B. Always have a plan B. I mean, I still have a plan B, and I've been doing this for 40 years. I think it is an industry that is very tough, because our validation and fulfillment comes with other people's opinions about who we are and what we do. Mm-hmm. And so that's tough, especially for artists, and it's not like an artist who could sit down with a guitar and write a song, even if people aren't watching. Like, we need other people to do what we do. And sometimes that is really frustrating. And, I think the most important thing that anyone can do is to find fulfillment in their lives in other areas because, you know, if you waited just on getting work throughout the industry, I think it is the reason why so many artists are depressed.
Yeah, that is true. Well, you know, it's been great to see the great things that you've done, and it's inspiring to people. And you know, our host Drew Pearson famously caught the Hail Mary, and it went to the Hall of Fame this last year. So he wanted me to ask you your Hail Mary moment, that moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for you?
Ooh,
There's a
I
unique
don't
one,
know.
right?
I feel like I feel like every day is a Hail Mary moment. You know, I feel like, you know, putting myself out there in the way that I do, and have such strong opinions, and people have such strong opinions about me. I think that, you know, every day for me, every tweet I send, every social media post, every piece of activism where I know that there's going to be some people that don't necessarily agree with my ideology. So all of that takes a certain amount of courage and bravery. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, we do love that. And part of that is that attitude. And we talk about that on Down to Business. You have to have that success mindset, even if you're not feeling it or even all the outside pressure. So is there something that you've kept in mind that's always kept you on the right path, even when things were difficult?
I remind myself that, this is going to sound so morbid, but I remind myself of what's going to be important to me on my deathbed. You know, like, I think that when you've lived your life with integrity and through love, when you're in your final moments, you can reflect back on your life, and those things will be prominent source of your own heartfelt happiness. And I think that, you know, I don't think I'm going to look back and be like, oh, you know, I did a lot of TV shows, and I don't think that's so. If I can ease people's pain and suffering, and feel that I am leading from a place of love uh, and commitment to service for others, then that's all I can do.
Yeah, beautifully said. And for this film, that there's so much to think about here, so much to take away, and you know, depending on where you are in your life, you may get something different out of it. But what is it that you want people to mainly take away or think about or discuss afterwards?
I think everything we see in movies often come in these, you know, pretty little neat boxes that are tied up with a pretty bow. And it's not, who are you people? It's not like a morality play, right? I mean, there's no question that what Carl has done is really unforgivable. But I think that what I find so fascinating in the movie is it really does a great job in asking the question of what happens next. So in that regard, I feel like the movie asks more questions than gives answers. And man, that's refreshing.
Yeah, it really is. That's why I'm excited to tell everybody to check it out. I can't wait for them to see it, so we can talk about it without giving anything too much away.
Right.
But before we let you go, you know, you've always got so much good stuff going on. Please tell us what you have coming up next, and also you're involved in some really great things. So if there's something we need to be paying attention to, please let us know about that.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Right now, I'm just working on my development deal with A&E. We just sold a show to Fox based on an IP that I had bought years ago called The White House Doctor, about the medical unit inside the White House. So we're developing that, and we've got like 5 or 6 other shows that I'm developing and I'm writing. So yeah, and Brazen is still going strong on Netflix. And that's what I got going on.
Good. All right. Well, wonderful. Well, congratulations on everything. So great to talk to you. And we're going to tell everyone to check this out. And hopefully we'll get to
Thank
talk
you.
to you again a little bit more
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Let's just say that this works. Are you sure you don't just like want this Carl guy to be your dad? Or like everything's just gonna magically make sense?
Well, I have to find out. Hello, I'm looking for Carl Hendricks. I'm Alex, Judith's kid.
Judith.
Look, I'm sorry your mom didn't tell you about me. She didn't tell me about you either. I don't want you sticking around expecting something that's not gonna happen.
Wait, having an affair isn't like awesome. You got me out of it, right?
Yeah, I guess we did.
But there's other things that happen.
Maybe I don't need to know. I thought I did, but maybe I don't want to know because I like you now.
You have any questions about sex you want to ask me? What?
From you?
Yeah.
Ew.
Alex hasn't been entirely honest with us.
You are in so much trouble.
Nobody told you to go looking for him.
She's a good girl.
Hey, I'm gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine.